The Russia-Ukraine conflict. Russia has $650 billion or so of foreign reserves and also gold. What happens now that the United States and allies have decided to kick Russian banks off of SWIFT, seize and freeze foreign reserves, etc.? Like, what are the implications of the sanctions that we're watching play out right now?
Well, look, as far as the broader, big picture, long-term implications and what it really portends for the dollar, because I've thought the dollar's days as the primary reserve currency were numbered anyway. But this simply highlights the risks that other countries take by basically relying on the US dollar and turning over the global financial system to the US and just kind of allowing the dollar to sit at the top of this system, which gives tremendous power to the United States, not only in that Americans get to live well beyond their means. We could print money and buy stuff, and it's a lot harder to make stuff than print money. I mean, anybody can print money as long as people are willing to accept it, but producing goods, quality goods, requires a lot of resources. You need capital, which means you need savings, you need skilled workers. So a lot goes into that, and all we do is just create numbers on a computer, and we get to enjoy all these goods. Our trade deficits right now are just through the roof. They are all-time record highs. We're doing over 100 billion a month in merchandise trade deficits. None of this would be possible but for the dollar's reserve currency status. But right now, you have a situation where Russia is being punished. Whether they deserve to be punished or not is a completely different argument. I'm not trying to defend what Putin is doing. I'm just pointing out that if you're another country, or you're China, for example, and you're looking at the way Russia is being punished, and you're thinking, I don't want to be in that situation. I don't want to be vulnerable. I don't want to tie a noose around my neck and throw the other end to the U.S. and hope they don't yank it. So China's probably thinking, we need to get rid of a lot of these U.S. dollars. We need to hurry up and get away from this system, get away from all of these transactions that are in U.S. dollars, so we're not dependent on that ability to access these networks. And the Chinese are sitting on trillions of dollars in reserves, a lot of it invested in U.S. treasuries. I mean, what if the U.S. government decides that it doesn't like something that China's doing, and we're not going to pay you, we're going to default on the treasuries that you own, or we're going to freeze your assets. So I think this is just going to accelerate the movement out of the dollar, which is going to bring forward the huge problem. Jerome Powell mentioned the other day at his hearings in front of Congress, somebody asked him, what would it mean for the U.S. if the dollar was no longer the world reserve currency? And his response was, well, you'd barely notice the difference, which shows you how little he understands the benefits that are derived to the United States from enjoying that privilege, and how dramatically our standard of living would collapse if that privilege were to be withdrawn.
Hey you, did you like this video? Great, we make 5 of them a day and post them here on this channel. Make sure you're subscribed, like the video, and see you next time.